Let me tell you this. Your dream to buy a home is perfectly attainable. You just lack information. So real quick, because I don't have a lot of time, I'm just gonna go over a few things. First of all, you don't need an 800 credit score to buy a home. That's nice, but you can get pre-qualified for a loan with a 580. Not only could you get pre-qualified for a loan with a 580, but if you go in FHA or VA, you can get a down payment of as low as 3.5%. In addition to getting a low down payment rate, you could even get grants that are designed to alleviate some of that stress to low-income individuals. You're capable of putting down as low as a couple $1,000s for your home. And if you do something like I did, which is called a house hack, you may walk away making money with your purchase. You don't know what you don't know. Seeking out the information cannot hurt you. Reaching out to a lender or a realtor won't hurt you. The disappointment may hurt just a bit, but it gives you something to strive towards. A lot of lenders and agents will tell you what you need to do in order to qualify.
Baby, if I had a fan and a tambourine, I would be all on this. He is spitting so much knowledge, and I know that it is because it's the same thing that I tell people too. Since 2006, when I first even got into real estate, I started teaching classes. And when I started teaching those home buying classes, I partnered with nonprofit organizations. And those nonprofit organizations would give you the down payment money. You would get a certificate. And because you came and took one day or just a full Saturday of classes, they would grant you the money from the nonprofits so that you can get into a home. It's very much worth it. Not only are you getting the money, but you are also getting the education to help you become a good homeowner. So you kind of get it in a roundabout way. So with that being said, I want to shift the narrative because Marlo, you said, sometimes, they may not want to sit down and buy a home. Their priorities may be different. So how can we, because I know you say you're working toward home ownership, how can we shift the narrative about home ownership in our communities to focus on wealth building over time rather than just instant access?
Well, I think we just are in an instant access mode, right? Like society just goes in waves, and we are now in the microwavable setting where everybody just wants stuff fast because they see that things can be fast. Like even if you look at your friends on the internet, somebody right now is asking somebody how they can do some job for them in 24 hours, right? Everybody wants quick turnover. And so I think that what we can do is really as a whole society is make sure that where you are, people aren't being locked out of home ownership. We know that billionaire VC capital firms are buying acres and acres and acres of property, building large homes on them, and then turning around and leasing those homes so that they can make that money 10 times over with no intention to buy. We need to be engaged citizens and making sure that our cities and our states are not going for this, because this is the model that when those 20 and 30-year-olds are looking and they want to buy a home, they'll find that they can't because there aren't any homes available. When we talk about these, oh, there's so many buyers, but there aren't many homes. That's because people are allowed to go out and buy homes in mass. And look, love capitalism is great, but it causes us to have these circular conversations. Why can't people afford to buy homes? Or why are people locked out of the housing market? Well, because capitalism is locking them out of the housing market, whether it's because, as you said, the lowest HUD home was like $500,000. Okay, with that 20,000 or that 20% that we like to put down, that suggested 20% down, that's looking like $100K. How many 30-year-olds have $100K in their bank account to put down on a home so that they don't get in over their head in this HUD loan for this home that's $500,000 in the bottleneck of California? Like, I think that some of this is us being asleep at the wheel as citizens and not paying attention to things that are being allowed to happen in our communities. And, I love an Airbnb, but it is affecting home prices and it is affecting home access. And we can't ignore those sorts of things.